Who's dropping truth? Monday nights, Mike on fire. Shane, Adrian, Jim Norcross, Beard Gang Rise. Let's go! 3Beards of wrestling. Beards of wrestling. Beards of wrestling. Beards of wrestling. Monday night. Oh, and we dance it. And we dance it. And we dance it. 3Beards of wrestling. Beards of wrestling. Beards of wrestling. Beards of wrestling. Monday night. Oh, and we dance it. And we dance it. And we dance it. Who's got the beards? 3Beards. Every Monday we rise. Beards lock, take sharp. Wrestling alive, bring to the stream. We break it precise. 3Beards of wrestling ignite. Monday night, Shane call the shots. Voice cuts like a sharp promo blade. Adrian bring the heat. Build momentum, never fade. Jim Norcross lay facts deep. Knowledge hits the mark. 3-bearded vets slice through raw. Smackdown, AU dog. Live streams blade. Facebook, Insta, YouTube live feed. Mark Met steps in. Dungeon coach dropping creed. Rob Noxious rolls up. Indie fire from the PA scene. Old school stories hit hard. Legacy clean. 3Beards of wrestling. Beards of wrestling. Beards of wrestling. Beards of wrestling. Monday night. Oh, and we pass it. And we pass it. And we pass it. New logo sharp, fresh look, but the passion stays raw. Shenanigans subtle. Chaos we draw, botch calls crisp, no slack on the slip or the miss. Storylines carved, views we analyze. Dismiss, open car rings, fans stepping, bring your fire, passion fuel the grind, lift us higher, mean your rumors drop, we chase every angle tight. Beards hold the crown, kings under the light. 3Beards of wrestling, Beards of wrestling, Beards of wrestling, Beards of wrestling. Monday night, no, how my dressing, how my dressing, how my dressing. Beyond the ropes, life, real talk, shadows that creep. Guess bring wisdom, Mark Mess, Rob Noxious deep. Netflix, raw surge, we ride it with force. Beards grow timeless, legacy on course. 7 p.m. sharp, follow, catch the spark. 3-bearded voices, light up the dark. Fans stay true, grateful for the honest take. 3Beards of wrestling, the real, no fake.
We are here, Shane, but I am not hearing you.
Welcome to 3Beards of Wrestling Podcast. Dumb microphone. We are down a beer tonight because he had to work. So it is only me and Jim tonight and our guest. We'll take care of some business and then we will move on. Oh, we do have a poll up to try this out. So if you guys want to vote. Who do you think will have the best wrestling match at WrestleMania? Cody and Orton or Roman Reigns versus CM Punk?
Where are you at with that?
If you guys want to be I don't know. I think I'm going Cody Orton.
Ooh, yeah, I am too, actually.
If you guys want to be a professional wrestler, ring announcer, valet, manager, referee, timekeeper, bootlacer, get your tryout in at Fort Knox. It is located in High Spire, Pennsylvania. If you don't know where that is, if you know where Steelton is or Middletown, it's directly between those two. So yeah, upcoming shows. May 2nd, we return to Lebanon, Pennsylvania, at the Eagles Hall. If you guys need tickets to this, I believe front row sold out. If I'm correct, I'm pretty sure front row sold out. But if you guys need tickets, hit us up. That's where myself and TJ Reno takes on Rob Noxious and Ty Reno in a slaughterhouse match. If you don't know what that is where the padding is off the ring, the canvas is off the ring, and there's going to be 2 coffins in the middle of the ring.
Can I tell you how happy I am that I'm not going to get hurt in that match? I am not part of that. I don't have to worry about getting hurt. You, sir, on the other hand.
Yeah. And in order to win, there will be weapons in all 4 corners. You have to use each of the weapons and get your opponent into the casket in order to win the match. I was about to say mask because I'm looking at fucking Shango's picture. Next up, where we both are going to get covered, is hold on. Let me move this so I can.
There we go.
May 16th, 10 a.m. to 3:30. There will be a car show at Steel High at the high school. And then later at night, doors open at 4. Bell time is 5 with former NXT star Lance Anoa'i. So if you are into cars or if you are into professional wrestling, this is a great event for you because you can do both. Again, if you guys need tickets for that, hit us up and we will get you in the right direction. Next up, PPCW returns to York, Pennsylvania on May 23rd. Doors open at 5:30. Bell time is 6. So if you guys need tickets for that, again, hit us up and we will get you in the right direction or reserve the tickets for you at the door. So I think it's time for our guest. I think we've been letting him wait long enough. So we'll see you in a second. Everybody, please welcome the whole way from the Ren Fair, Dexter Bates.
Oh, the Ren Fair. Thank you.
The whole Ren Fair.
Ren Fair.
Yeah, there's a story behind that. We were supposed to go to the Ren Fair, and Dexter bailed out on me.
Adrian does that to me all the time with certain things. We're not going to go into details, but there
might not be a 3 Beards after the Slaughterhouse match. I mean, I'm going to be fine. But anyways, what's up, Dexter?
Nothing much, man. How are you guys doing tonight?
It's a Monday.
Hang in there, man.
Yeah, I'm glad to see there's another a fellow Dexter in the chat tonight.
There is. The 2 Dexters are here.
You dang right, man.
So we'll jump from the beginning, Dexter.
Okay.
Where was your start in professional wrestling and why?
Okay. So a lot of people really don't know this. So I was barely out of high school. It was 2010. And I don't know. I know you know Shane. I don't know if you know Jim. Ricky Lane.
I do not, actually.
So Ricky Lane, he got me involved. I worked with him at a factory in Hanover. And so you can go look him up on YouTube. He wrestled Vader in WCW. He's locally known around central Pennsylvania area. Him and Braden Shocker were a tag team back in the day. I don't know if you know Braden Shocker was.
Yeah, that name I know. Yeah, him I know.
Yes. So I trained originally with give shout out to Wolfman. I trained back at the barn back in 2010 when there was barely any siding on the walls. The roof had holes in it, and I believe I came into it in December or January during a very bad snowstorm. And I just remember training in the barn, and it was literally snowing inside the building when I was training. So 2010 is when I technically started training. I don't consider myself to have wrestled continuously through 2010 until now, and we'll get into that as why there's some gaps here and there. It's fun stories. It's good stories,
That sounds great. So one of the things I'm very curious about, since we don't really know each other. We should point that out. Although we share a name, we don't know each other really at all.
We've seen each other the past 2 shows, and that's about it.
Yeah. So it's odd. It's so strange to me when you run into somebody that's been around this long that for whatever reason you just didn't cross paths with. And excuse my mother in the background, everybody.
It's all good.
You know. But in any case, I'm just curious. You know, you mentioned Wolfman. Who else have you trained with over the years?
So, if you remember Nemo, Adrian Bliss and Nemo from back in the day, Adrian Bliss actually has had a hand in helping train me. He was one of the head trainers at the Wolf Den when I trained there. So me and Bliss have been going at it for a good 17 years because we just had a match this past weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we've been going at it for a while. But yeah, Bliss and Bliss and Wolfman were who had a good hand in train. And the thing is, they train me old school style, which you don't see much anymore. Everybody's gotten away from the old school ethics. The thing that makes me laugh the hardest is when I remember getting back into it, the handshake was a big deal. And now it's like everybody either grips your hand to the point where they rip it off, or they don't understand what that light touch was back in the day. And I was told if you didn't grab somebody's hand the right way back then, you were going to get beat. You were going to get a beat down in there if you didn't introduce yourself properly. And it's just, I don't know, this new generation, they've just gotten away from the respect. I feel like the respect part of old school respect is just not there anymore that I was taught.
I would agree with that 100% for sure.
Yeah. But
I do. I'm still one of those guys that just, it's I do the little 2-finger thing most of the time. You know, then people sort of make fun of you. There's so many people like, oh, you're one of those. But that was the way it was taught.
Every time I'm like, yes, I am one of those, because that's how it should be. That's it's gotten away from it, but that's how it should be.
You know, I mean, I think sometimes you don't even hear, you know, that first rule of wrestling, you know, protect your partner, protect yourself. You know, you don't even hear that much anymore out of people. So it doesn't surprise me that the handshake is sort of, you know, gone away.
Yes. Yep.
All right, you ready to jump in the deep shit, Dexter?
Okay. All right.
All right. So let's talk about these breaks in wrestling.
Okay. So 2010 I started, and I'll give a little brief synopsis before the breakdown happened. So I know Shane knows, Jim, I don't know if you know. Do you remember the Nigerian Nightmares?
Yes.
Okay, so I feuded with the Nigerian Nightmares back when Aaron was alive, and I love those two guys. Like, they were my brothers. They taught me a lot about this business. I won my first SWO tag team title from the Nigerian Nightmares, and it was we had Scott Hall come to Central High. It was not too long before he passed away, but we had him come. And we sold out the high school. It was packed. And their finishing move was the Dumbo drop, which was, if nobody knows, the Nigerian Nightmares total combined weight was, I believe, 1,200 or 1,300 pounds. And those are two big boys. But their finishing maneuver was the one big guy would get up on the top rope, and then his partner would get up, and they would superplex each other off the top rope onto you in a down position. They're like, we'll roll right off of you. You'll be fine. That's not how it happened. No, I felt every bit of that. But that was the good times. Like, fast forward a little bit to 2012, my mother passed away. And sort of kind of was a shock. So long story short, so my dad, a week before my mom passed away, my dad found out that he had prostate cancer. and it was to the point where he had to sign a will. He had to bring us all in, and things aren't looking too good. So that was already on everybody. So a week later, it is exactly a week later, I get a phone call while I'm at work, and my dad walked to go to the bathroom, just 5 seconds, just to go take a leak. Came back, and my mother had a heart attack on the couch, massive heart attack, and passed away. No prior illnesses, no nothing. So I get that phone call, and I just took it really hard. And when most people take things hard, I took a dark turn and turned to drugs. And at that time, heroin was a big thing in the area where I lived. So I got into that pretty hard. Sort of kind of walked away from wrestling for a while. Oh, I also, big thing. So I was married at the time. I got married. I had a daughter actually in high school. My daughter's 18 now. So I got into drugs really bad. Ended up leaving my child and my wife, and just went on a rampage for a while. I ended up overdosing and was found in a Baltimore gas station parking lot. Don't remember how I got there, but I woke up in the back of an ambulance going to a Baltimore hospital, and they said, "Sir, do you remember what happened?" I said, "Oh, I had seizures. I'm fine. Don't worry about it." And they're like, "That's great, but 9 shots of Narcan would not have affected a seizure. It would have affected heroin, though." I'm like, well, I guess you got me. So, I mean, I can laugh about it now. It sucked at the time and for a long time afterwards, but they said I was legitimately legally dead for, I believe, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And I was lucky I didn't have brain damage. I would like to say that was my only time I overdosed, but it's not. I overdosed off of fentanyl about 5 years later, and then I overdosed again about a month later off of fentanyl again. So what's sad is, and sorry for anybody watching this, and I'm very honest. A lot of people don't like to talk about, be honest with how much of a screw up they were and how much they affected people and with what they did. But I know what I did. I'm a totally different person now. And I look back on everything that I've done, and it's a story to tell. Like, when they find scrolls and Dead Sea Scrolls, like, I want them to find scrolls of my story. Like, I like to look at it like, God don't want me yet, the devil don't want me yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm here for a reason, I guess. That's the only thing I can look at and see it as. So after that, I ended up coming to a show in Valor in 2014, trying to come back. So I did a gimmick called the Golden Dragon. That's who I was in the SWO. So I came to this show high off my ass, got called out for it, and got in a fight with the guys backstage over it. And at that time, I got blacklisted for a while and was told to never come back, which I have no problem with. I was in the wrong. I didn't believe it at the time, but yes, I was in the wrong. Now, fast forward, we'll really speed this along. Fast forward to 3 years ago. I found a great guy named Rob Noxious. And got pulled into something that I didn't know I needed at the time, but I'm glad that it came when it did, because he doesn't like to acknowledge the appreciation that I have for him, because I thank him all the time, and I say if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here right now. But if it weren't for Rob Noxious, I would not be here right now. I am 3.5 years sober off of crystal meth, which was very bad, and I am sober thanks to him.
The first thing I want to say is how much respect I have for you, for being able to sit here and admit the worst things in your life. That takes an incredible amount of strength, and you should be acknowledged for that. And the second thing I want to say is that I'm so glad that you're here, and that you're with us. And I know he's probably not going to like this, but I'm going to acknowledge Rob Noxious and say a thank you from the rest of us, because we get to share our wrestling experience with you. You're still here, at least in part because of what he did, and he should be absolutely thanked for that.
Oh, he has not just done it for me. He does it for a lot of, and Shane can attest to this. He's been doing it for 25 years with CCW, and he still does it to this day. He helps a lot of people, and he deserves his flowers big time and doesn't get it as much as he should. Like, yeah, that man's done so much for me.
Not to talk about him like he's not listening, because we know he is. But you know, the reality is, he is a very humble person, far more humble than I think he should be sometimes. And he doesn't necessarily offer that stuff out to the world for the, you know, that he's helped so many people. But you know, those of us in the business, I think we're all pretty well aware. If we've been around for any length of time, we know that that's who he is.
Yeah, definitely. And so to touch back, so here's what my problem wasn't just drugs, it was what happened with the drugs. So I got involved in a straw purchasing act and was charged with straw purchasing in 2018. That didn't go very well, and that there was just so with what I'm saying is, so what I was told was, you involve yourself with the people you need to involve yourself with. If you're involved with the wrong people, wrong things are going to happen. You change up who you hang out with, and your whole world can change. And that's when I was doing that dumb shit. I was hanging out with the wrong people that didn't care about my well-being, didn't care about what was going to happen to me. And then it switched over to people that, you know, was messaging me and saying, hey, how are you doing? How's your night going? Oh, you're struggling right now? Tell me what's going on. It changed because I changed the people who I interact with and who I want to be around. And that's for anybody out there, like, listening, like, for real, like, you change your group of friends and you'll see how things change for you. Like, I even stopped. So I stopped drinking 2 months ago. I was drinking, even I thought drinking alcohol was okay and stuff. And like, but I realized like that was getting out of control for myself. Like, so I just, one night I was like, I'm done. And again, I told the right people that I was done. And I don't need to go out there and be like, hey man, somebody praise me. Give me a cookie or something. No. The same thing with, so the whole thing with Rob that happened was at Chesmania 2 years ago. And when is that? Is that in August or September?
I don't remember.
I think it's in August.
I think.
Yeah, so Chesmania 2 years ago. I was not with Rob yet, but I was high at one of his shows in Marysville. They took me in the back room, and it was him, and I'm not going to say anybody else's names, but it was four main pillars in the wrestling community that matter. And they all shut the door behind me and confronted me and said, this is the last day. You're done. You're going to be coming to Fort Noxious. You're going to be training on a regular basis, getting yourself better mentally, physically, and we're going to work on you. And that was 3 years ago, come this next August. So, so that's a big thing for me. A big milestone and accomplishment as far as I'm concerned in my mind. You know, again, I don't put on Facebook, hey, it's my 3rd-year anniversary of being sober. No, I'm not going to do that. This will be the only time this right here, because I told Shay I'm going to get it all out tonight. But you'll never see me post anything about praising me or I did this or that. No. Wrestling stuff, yeah. Oh, yeah. All the time. You guys know. You see it. But no. That's a personal thing that only needs brought out when it needs brought out for purposes that need to be discussed. And this is one of those times. So
for purposes of anybody listening that might be, struggling, have you found that there are things that have helped you, stay sober, like stay on the wagon? Like, have you developed other hobbies or what have you that have helped you to maintain sobriety?
So, okay. So I don't know if you actually watch me at the shows. So I am definitely the hardcore dumbass of the wrestling community. I've come to realize that the adrenaline and I think doing the hardcore style of wrestling that I do combats with that addiction style. I can't explain it, but it's almost as addictive, but I'm doing it. It might not be okay in some people's eyes that, I'm falling on thumbtacks or I'm lighting a table on fire and I'm throwing myself through it. Some people still might think that that's wrong, but it's better than putting a needle in my arm. It's better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different kind of addiction, but I'm just as addicted to that hardcore style that only a handful of people will be willing to do. And I'm that kind of person.
In words, wrestling is your new drug.
Yes. Well, it has to be.
I think there's a very fine line between drugs and medication. You know what I mean? And I think the same could be said with when it comes to how we spend our free time. Some of us have hobbies, some of us have addictions. But the thing they both share in common is the passion, is the commitment to it. It's just that one's destructive and one isn't. And I think that's kind of what we're talking about here. Yeah.
Well, there is some people that also say, well, this is destructive to my body, which I'm not going to disagree with nobody. I broke my neck back in May. I probably need a rotocuff surgery. I know I need a couple other things. But again, you've been in this business, Shane. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, really? Pop it back in, Doc. I'm good to go next month. And keep it rolling.
Just go in and put some duct tape on it. We'll be good.
Yes.
But yeah, we like to say in a lot of the locker rooms, you'll be all right. No worries.
Yeah. Like Shane, you hurt your hip or your leg this weekend?
Yeah, my hip.
Yeah, look, he's like, yeah, I'm good. Pop it back in, Doc.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
So I am I think we were just talking about this, Jim, and me, Adrian, Jim, and we were talking about mental health on an episode. And then when you hit me up, I was like, he's probably going to be the perfect one to kind of do this. Because, we touched on it, a couple times, but we really never tied it in really with wrestling. And I feel like we're definitely tying it in with wrestling now. But I don't think we've ever went really in depth with mental health or illnesses. And I think this is great. Sorry, Jamal. What's up, Jamal?
What's up, Jamal?
What's going on?
But yeah, no, in all honesty, you know, from your past to now, like, you know, you found something that you're addicted to like everyone else, and it's professional wrestling.
Exactly.
Everyone that's in the business, you know, we're all addicted to it. Like we tell everyone all the time, like, you have to be sick in the mind to want to do this, to want to hurt yourself, pretty much, to throw yourself on wood and steel and um fucking Jamal. But like you have to want to do it, and like a lot of people really don't understand. I mean, like, trust me, I've seen a lot of people try out over the years, and you know, it's one of those things that, like, mental health is not talked about enough in wrestlers or on podcasts, like a wrestling podcast or whatever it is. It's not talked about enough. And I don't think, like, you know, we're people's heroes, or, you know, people look up to us, and in reality, you know, when we're at shows and we're performing, nobody knows what goes on in our everyday life,
Exactly.
in our minds, or what people have been through in wrestling, or people in general. You know, let's just say that, like, people in general, like, nobody knows what people go through. And, you know, I feel like when certain people are raised certain ways, everybody welcome Jamal. Hold on, Jamal.
Oh no.
Oh,
There he goes. He's gone.
we lost him.
All right. Don't welcome Jamal. But in all honesty, you know, people in general, like, I feel like how people are raised. Now welcome Jamal.
Oh, okay,
Now
there we
welcome
go.
to
But in all honesty, like, I feel like people don't talk about mental health enough, and I feel like it's because how people were raised. You know, some people were raised to, there's nothing wrong with you, or you ask to come on and then you get off 4 times, like. But
I really want to make a joke about getting off 4 times, but I better not. Just keep going.
but again, like, I truly, what's up, Mike City?
What's up, Mike?
Oh, there he is.
But, like, you know, honestly and truthfully, like, if anyone ever needs to talk to anyone, you know, you should always have somebody to be able to talk to about things, to whatever helps you, you know, get out of the slump you're in. Are you actually on this time, or are you going to disappear again?
No, I'm good, man. You can hear me.
All right.
I can hear you.
Oh, we got you.
But honestly, like, and I think, like, and I want to talk to, you know, you, Jim, and Adrian. Like, I feel like once a month we should bring people on and talk about mental health.
I think that's a
wouldn't hurt.
fantastic idea. I you know, it's you're making 1,000 good points here, and I wish I had a pen and paper to write notes, because now I kind of want to go back and hit everything you talked about, but I can't.
Well, we were also distracted on Jamal getting on and off and on and off and on and
Yeah.
off.
there's
So-
that. But I would say that you know, the number of people over the years that I've talked to that are in the wrestling business that will say things like, "This is my therapy," or "This is what keeps me, you know, on the straight and narrow," you know, because it's they have these stressful lives and everything else, and, you know, each weekend or a couple weekends a month or whatever it is that they're doing, they get to show up, they get to blow off steam with their friends, people that care about them, and they get to do it and perform in front of people, and it's a huge rush, and it's a huge thrill, and I think
You
it
know-
just makes people feel better.
You know, and I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
everyone on this podcast, including Jamal, is sorry. You're kind of the sore subject now because you keep getting on and off. But I feel like, you know, I always use wrestling as a getaway from the world.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes. I
no
agree.
matter what's going on at home, in the world, whatever, you know, wrestling is our getaway. So when we're performing, we're a different person. You know, there's no worry about what's going on in the world, at home, wherever, because we're not that person. I'm not Shane when I'm there. Jamal's not Jamal. Dexter's not Dexter. You're not Jim. Like, we're different people. And I feel like that helps a lot of people in a way to use it as therapy, because we're not ourselves when we're at shows.
And just to touch on that, there's no limits as well. Like, the Mr. Ping that Shane can be has no limitations, but Shane Sanchez might have limitations in his everyday life. Just like Dexter Bates, when I come into a show or a match, I don't have any limitations. Ain't nobody telling me what I can or cannot do. It's all what I, am capable of in my mind at that moment in time. Like, I don't have it. It's a great form of stress just to let shit go, dude. It really is. Like I joke around. I say we would catch felonies for some of this stuff, and we're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I stab somebody in the head with barbecue skewers at a backyard barbecue, my ass would be going to prison. But if I do it inside of a fire hall or a VFW, I get 300 people screaming my name. There's a big difference.
I do got to say real quick before Jamal talks, is if that fan was watching in Marysville that put my whole government name out there, don't do that again. I don't know who it was, but don't say my government name.
So, so like, we all have ways to cope with wrestling. Like, I talk to everyone, I'm like happy go lucky and everything, but there's times when I come, I'm mad about something or whatever. But at the end of the day, we all have a reason that we do this, and we love it. We're some crazy, sick individuals that has ways of showing our sickness without hurting anyone.
Yeah.
We are hurting.
By the way, everyone, give the flowers to Jamal for winning the heavyweight belt the last CCW show. Even though he cheated.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, in all honesty, I feel like, we're all saying the same stuff just in a different way, because one, we're all in the business. Like, we know how wrestling makes us feel, and we all use it the same exact way. But anywhere, even like normal podcasts or other wrestling podcasts, they talk wrestling, but they never dive deep into mental health or anything that can, 10,000 chair shots to the head, or they don't talk really about the deep shit.
So here's the reason. Like, and nothing against anyone in the business. I mean, but like, at the end of the day, I don't really care what anyone feels about what I'm about to say. Like, there's a difference between us and everybody else. We actually treat each other like family. We are a family. So we check in with each other to make sure we're all right. I might not talk to Shane for like 3 months until like,
That's
like.
a pit bull, isn't it?
Whose dog was that?
Yes, that's my German Shepherd.
Oh, all right. I thought it was Jamal's pit bull.
No, my dog, he know not to bark. So, but like, we always check on each other. I just was talking to Rob about, I built Legos, like Lego cars. I don't want to do all the houses and stuff, but I built Legos, cars. And like, I got like a whole crap ton of them done. And like, I feel so much anger relieved that like, once I'm done, I'm like, oh man, that was a great accomplishment. Now, I was embarrassed at first to let anyone know that I built Lego cars, but like, after a while I found out that people do it, and like Rob said, he said that grown people do it, so like, you shouldn't feel embarrassed about anything. And
Dude, I collect toys. I collect toys. You and I should go together to a toy show. You'll find all kinds of Legos and cars and whatnot. Some old ones that are out of, you'll love it, man. You'll love it.
Jamal,
Yeah,
there are more kids on TikTok that build Legos. I mean, more adults on TikTok that build Legos than kids.
Yep.
yeah, I didn't know that. Like I didn't
Yeah, bro.
I didn't pay attention to it, but like it's so relaxing. Like you know, I might say the MF word here and there, but like I get it done and I feel accomplished. You know what I mean? Like, but like that's just a way to cope with things, you know, that I got going on, or like it's just like I don't want to think about something, so I'll talk about it out loud, and then like all of a sudden, you know, I'll talk to one of you guys, you know, at the same time. I don't think about anything when I do that, and when I'm at wrestling shows. That's what I was
Yeah.
getting at.
You know, this is what we're gonna do. We'll put a post out, but each month we're gonna do one episode of mental health. We'll call it Mental Health Day, and we're gonna get a panel of people. Dexter, if you want to be a part of it, you can. Jamal,
Sure.
same to you.
Definitely.
But like, I think we should get a couple people and spend the whole day on mental health. Well, the whole episode on mental health, because I think it needs talked about. I really think it does.
Yeah.
And I feel like, by us putting it out there and all of us talking about it, I feel like maybe it will help people easier to talk to people for, you know, other people going through stuff, or maybe show people that there is other people with your struggle and there are people that you can reach out to. Wrestling fan, wrestlers, just general people. But I think that's going to be a good thing to do, especially if we do it, you know, once a month. And, you know, bring my dad on, Mark Mess, you know, whoever. But I think it'll be good to do.
Dude, if it helps one
Yeah.
person, it'll be worth it.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I said
Yeah, definitely.
about a while back, like I've said about this before, but like I'm glad you said something about it. So I know a way of creating a Zoom and we all just talk about what's going on with us, and that way we could check in with each other once a month. So if you want to do that, I mean, some people probably wouldn't want to be live on Facebook doing it. So if you want to do that, I could you can call me afterwards and I'll send you the info of how to exactly to get everything done. What's the
Yeah.
date?
Dexter. Tim
I
said,
see
yeah. So if you could tell your younger self, if you can go back in time, what would you tell your younger self?
So and I thought about this a couple weeks ago, actually. I would tell myself not to be such a stupid dumbass, but at the same time, I would not change anything I did, even though, like, again, I may have OD'd 3 times. I may have done stuff that most would consider, you know, most horrible things, but I wouldn't change any of those things that I've done. Because each time, even though it may not have seemed like it, I learned a lesson until I finally learned the final lesson, which was that all those lessons were, you know, part of the bigger picture. So once you realize that everything that, you know, you done was pointless, but at the same time wasn't, I don't know. It's a back and forth on it. Like, again, like I said, I wouldn't change anything, but I would tell myself not to be so stupid at the same time.
I would say to you that I think you're right with the not changing anything. I know I just turned 50 in January, and of course at that age it's sort of one of those things you do start to look back. You know, you start to look back and say, gee, you know, what have I done and so forth. And I have to say that one of the things I do say is that I wouldn't take anything back that I've done, even all the bad stuff, because it made me who I am. It was the whole point of being here, was to learn. And you know, I think you've got the great attitude about it for sure.
Shit, I
We can even take it back 3 years ago. Jamal can attest to this. Jamal wanted to actually, I believe, pretty much kill me there for a minute, but now he loves me just as much as the next person. Which...
Oh, you know, like, dude, I'm the first to
Jamal-
admit I hated him.
Jamal
Like,
loves everybody, dude.
Like it
No,
was
but he
like
hated my ass. He
Yeah,
hated
like I
my ass.
told him, I told him to his face. I was like, I don't like you. I hate everything about you. And then like he started coming around, and I was like, oh man, this man. Now you gonna make me like you, like, like,
Listen,
like.
I think, I mean, out of us, I'm pretty sure I knew Jamal the longest.
Yeah.
And I've seen Jamal really angry probably a handful of times. But other than that, it's pretty hard to make. I almost called him Albright.
Oh.
It's
Only
really
one-
hard to make Jamal mad because
Yeah, it
normally we're
really-
all just joking around and having fun, how it
Yeah,
should be.
Yeah. It's a very rare thing. And if I don't like you, like I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to sit there and talk, talk to somebody who I don't like. And I have my reasons that I don't like a person. So, but like at the end of the day, I don't, I don't get angry that easily. Like,
I can tell you a story about Jamal when I saw him get angry in a match once.
Oh no.
Let's see if Jamal remembers. We were on our way up to Erie. You remember that
oh,
show?
that dude, Sean, that dude, yo. So what made it worse was like I'm working you, like, and I'm bigger than you, I'm bigger than you, and you decide to like hit me because I raked your back. Now, okay, maybe I did rake it, but like it wasn't like I purposely did it. But he went to go punch me, so he hit me. I grabbed him by his fucking face and throat and threw him from one side of the ring to the other side on the outside. And
Holy shit.
from that point on, everything was stiff until he understood, like it's not a game. Like he was a small dude. Like you can look it up on YouTube. You can see it. Everything I'm saying. It was Malcolm King. Like you just type in Malcolm King versus Sean something. He was like
Sean
this
Blaze.
Sean Blaze. Like he was like this dude. Like he was weird and creepy. Like first of all, because like he would come out to the ring with a flower and give it to like a girl or whatever. 9 times out of 10, like it was just like he was a creep. Like and like he
Listen, and we showed up to that show. We were all in good moods. We you remember the road trip?
yeah.
Dude, we Jamal was fucking with this chick that was driving next to us, and she flicked Jamal off, and then she took off. So we caught up to her, and like we're all just fucking around. And Rob was like, "She's on this show. They're not using my license." Dude, we pull into the parking lot. Tell me why this chick pulled in right behind us.
Oh, no.
And it was like this shit was going on for at least a half hour, the whole way up the turnpike. And she
Yeah.
pulled in right behind us, and she's on the fucking show.
Oh, no.
And what made it worse was I kept saying, yeah, she's the wrestler. She's on the show. She's on the show, Rob. Yeah, yep, she's on the show.
Dude, we have so many fun road trip stories. Oh, dude, we got to start recording them. Like,
Or
Yeah, we do.
about the time we were coming up to Lewistown, and this lady flipped us off, and McGilla Gorilla came out of nowhere, and he was like, "You get bitch!" And
our
then
South Carolina trip.
South Carolina is the greatest. If you've never met Manny Fernandez, you don't know what you're missing.
Oh my god, dude! From the road trip, I mean, the morning was a little hectic trying to get our license and everything, but dude, the road trip down, we just kept pulling up next to each other because we were in like two separate cars because a bunch of us went down.
Yeah.
And so my brother had this dog, and and I found a picture that looked just like the dog, and I drew on it with like to make it look dead, and I sent it to Jamal, and Jamal's showing it through the window to my brother the whole way down the highway, and we were just cracking up.
Yo, he was so mad. Like, he had a stuffed animal once, and we were riding. And
Yo,
I
we were
had
just talking about this.
the cheese doodles. I was eating the cheese doodles, and I wasn't sharing with him. So he grabs my cheese doodles, throw them out the window, and I go, "Oh, is that right?" I grabbed his stuffed bear, threw it out the window too, and his girlfriend literally just gave it to him.
Oh no!
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
It was coming home from training. Like so much happened just in that car ride alone. Like
Yeah.
we had two trainees. Their names were Mike, and yes, Mike City was one of them. And what all started was I took my knee pad off and I smacked Mike City in the face with my knee pad. And then and then we were all eating cheese girls, putting it on my brother's roof of his car the whole way down the highway. And then we were me and my dad were opening mayo packets and ranch and putting them in the other kid's fucking jacket because he had a leather jacket. So when he reached in, it would just go everywhere. So we were doing that, and then Jamal, he throws my brother throws the bag of cheese girls out of the window. Next thing you know, Jamal's just reaching the whole way across the dashboard, throwing the stuffed animal out the fucking window.
He was so mad. He stopped. He stopped, and
Yeah, he
was like
stopped
trying
and
to
went back
find
to get it.
it. He couldn't find it though.
I think my favorite Jamal story. We were at, I think it was Mal Havoc's show, and we were in the back, and it smelled so bad back there. I don't know which one of the guys it was or whatever. But, the phrase, it smelled like a hoagie in a headlock. And Jamal, where he's sitting, he can't get away from it. Like there's no way. He's smelling it. It's so bad,
I remember.
and he is dying. And finally, I reached into my bag. And I'm one of these weirdos. Like I don't like body sprays. So I always have a good cologne in my bag. So I pull this cologne out and I hand it to Jamal. And it was literally like I handed him gold. He's like spraying it like in the air on himself, everywhere in the air. It just, but then we sat there and for the next 20 minutes, all we talked about was cologne.
Yeah.
And it was just this huge mammoth individual who looks like he could go out there and kill anybody in that ring. And it was, I really like that cologne. It's the most bizarre thing because you have this juxtaposition of this huge dude, and it's all about the cologne.
Yeah.
And to this day, we always talk about cologne together.
Yeah. Like I used to have a large collection of cologne. I would just collect different colognes, but like now I like downsize. I would start giving them away to like fans and like people who just need it because like there's a lot of stinky people, bro.
That should be on your gimmick table.
I should start doing that, huh? Go to the dollar store, go get a bunch of dollar store colognes.
Bro, that needed, that was amazing.
Put on the bottle, Malcolm King, smell good. Because like,
sorry
don't
guys,
get me wrong.
laptop died.
Don't get me wrong. Some people, they can't help it, but like the people that know that they do, and they try to get on top of you and be all your buddy. It's like, dude, like I know you smell it, so like get off of me, you know.
Mhm.
And like one thing about me, I don't never stink, and if I do stink, something ain't right.
My rule of thumb is if anybody comes up to me and they're like, you better tell me. You know what I mean? Don't
Yeah.
hide it.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
tell me, like, hey man, you might want to,
Yeah.
Oh,
Like-
I did forget a show at the beginning of the podcast.
You did.
April 25th, next weekend. Seven Mountains debuts in Carlisle.
Yeah.
That's right. Carlisle, baby.
And I should
If you
point out,
meet-
it's a great venue. I've been in that building before many times. Great venue, great town, and bring out the family. You'll have a great time. Great show.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got any
Everyone.
matches?
Well,
Let's go, Mr. Promoter.
so
Yeah, what are the matches there, bud?
you got Big Nasty versus Truth Serum.
Ooh.
You have Rob Noxious with an open challenge. You have so much more. You got the debut of Tyreno, and he is going against the returning Alan Clayball. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Who am I
Yeah.
working?
You got Mr. Ping
He's
going
just making
against,
good.
huh?
Good.
Oh, it's a good one. You got Mr. Ping in a match against number 1, King Rakim. Number 2, Jimenez the Menace. And the last one's gonna be a surprise. I'm not gonna let everything out, but
And a three-way?
it's gonna be a fatal 4-way.
Oh fuck.
And then you have Shango versus Zeno with
Ooh,
the Seven Mountains Heavyweight Championship on the line. And there's so much
yeah.
more. So much more. So much more. Now, you have Superior G. He's going to be in action, and he will be defending the Seven Mountains Old School Championship. Now, the thing about the Old School Championship is that, like, you have to do old school rules, and everyone knows if you cheat, you're a varmint. And at the end of the day, we watch. This is going to be a good championship for the promotion and for wrestling in general, because the simple fact you get what you supposed to have, and that's wrestling entertainment. So there's so much more. There's going to be so much going on that night that, like, everyone's just going to be happy. Um, it was gonna be a battle royal, but I don't like them. No, but there's so much more. I'm gonna be announcing everything. Who's Brandy Lolina?
I've been trying
Lotus.
to figure this out since you've been on, Jamal. You got to be
Lotus.
honest.
Brandy, who are you?
Are you listening?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you going to be honest?
Yeah.
Are you fucking laying down?
No, I'm on the couch.
Oh. Don't show me your girl on the podcast.
Man, like, I'm on the couch.
I saw her feet. We don't do that on here.
That's her feet.
Mm-mm.
I mean, Adrian says he didn't mind sucking a toe every once in a while. So, I mean, I got that on video.
Oh yeah, you gotta suck a toe every now and again. I go for the
What?
big
No,
toe myself.
No.
That's nasty.
Yeah, no.
Yuck mouth. You got to stop that yuck mouth. You
Mhm. Yeah, no.
nasty.
Peanut butter gets involved sometimes too. You never know. Nutella.
Speaking of peanut butter, Jamal, I gotta bring these pretzels for you to try. It is strawberry jelly and peanut butter pretzels. You know, like the peanut butter pretzels.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like those.
Oh,
It's got jelly in it.
They taste just like Uncrustables.
Oh.
what?
And I know you like the
No.
Uncrustables.
Yeah. You remember we used to get this get food, and I would just get like uncrustable sandwiches and like a sweet tea or whatever, and I'll be sitting there, I'll eat it, and then like all of a sudden I'm stopped talking, and they go, he must got too much peanut butter in the sandwich this time.
He must have got too much peanut butter.
Well, fellas, we are at the end. Dexter,
All right.
thank you for
Yes.
telling us your story, dude. And then
Thank you for the share.
I would definitely love to have you on when we do the mental health day.
Definitely.
Which we really haven't. I mean, maybe we'll do it this month to start it out. Why not?
And we should also point out that if anybody out there is in crisis, just know that there are places available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Google is available. It will get you in touch with somebody very, very quickly. Please, we want you here.
and build a Lego set. If you don't have anything else to go good for you, build a Lego set.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yes.
But yeah, definitely.
All
Like we would love to have you on, Dexter, for that episode, and then we'll find. I mean, Jamal, if you want to be a part of it, You know, we'll find
definitely.
one other person and then rock out with it. But until next week, fellas, peace.
Love and hair grease.
Take care, everyone.
Definitely.